You have survived 100% of your worst days. The days where you felt like it was impossible to turn it around. The days where you had zero motivation. You know, maybe your partner got up and left you. Maybe a family member died. Maybe you got fired from that job. Terrible, terrible days. But as you watch this video today, you need to remember that you're still here. You know, so every single one of those experiences, no matter how bad they were, you got through. You pushed through, you survived, and now you're here. So in times of low motivation, in times where it feels tough, remember how strong you are. Remember all of the things that you have been through to get you to where you are right now. And then consider whether or not this current moment of low motivation or this current struggle is up there with what you've faced before. Because if it's not, then it's nothing that you can't handle. If you're feeling stressed and you've got a lot of work on at the moment and you've got a lot of things that you need to get done, digest that stress, digest that workload. Take a moment to feel what you're feeling. And then put yourself in the very best position to get the things done that you know need to get done. So rather than doing what everybody else is doing and leaving it to the last minute, get things done early. Tick them off. Chip away bit by bit. If you're having problems in your current relationship, talk them out. Communicate it effectively. Be respectful. Address the things that you want to address. Don't just leave it to build up in the corner. If you're unhappy in your current place of work and there are some problems going on at the moment and your manager's been speaking to you disrespectfully, address those concerns. Do it respectfully. Help out future you. You know, you've been through a lot worse before. You've got through a lot worse than this. But now is the time to start looking out for yourself. Now is the time to start becoming your best friend and putting you in a better position tomorrow than you're in today. And that comes through taking action on the small things. That comes through addressing the things that need to be addressed. You've done it before on a way bigger scale. You know, I don't know you and you don't know me, but the thing that we know about each other is that there have been some tough times and we are still here. We are still going. We're still pushing. So now is the moment to push even further. Now is the moment to dig your heels in when life is tough and you're low on motivation and you are feeling a little bit hopeless, to go that little bit further. Maybe even to look back on where you were and where you are now. You know, you are making progress, contrary to what the modern world wants to show us with all of these exaggerated forms of wealth online shown to us through TikTok, through Instagram, through YouTube, where people seem to be doing so well and we watch it and we feel like we're behind. No, we're doing well. You're making progress. Compare yourself to who you were yesterday, not to who somebody else is today. Compare yourself to who you were yesterday, not to who somebody else is today. That's a very good quote from Professor Jordan Peterson, and it's something that I remind myself of very often. It's so easy to see somebody else doing so well and go, oh, wow, that's incredible. I don't think I could ever do that, and they're way younger than me and they're doing that. I must be a failure. No. They're just in a different chapter of their life to you. You know, you're possibly comparing your chapter 20 to somebody else's chapter 50. And it's not a fair thing to do. Don't compare yourself to others, compare yourself to who you were yesterday. Look at the things that you've done. Look at the things that you've overcome. And look at where you are now. So if there are problems in your life that you know need addressing, don't hide from them. Don't put them in the corner. You know it doesn't work. You know that they only grow and they only fester and come back, and guess who has to deal with them when they do come back? It's you. You've got to deal with them. You've got to sort it out. And they're bigger and scarier. And look, as I said, you have got through 100% of your very worst days, 100%. Like I said, maybe you were broken up with in a horrible way and you were left on your own. You fought through that breakup and you're here today. And you're still going. Maybe a family member died. Your mother, your father. But you're still here today. You pushed through. You got over it. You dealt with it. Obviously, it's still going to hurt. It's never something that truly ever goes away. I'm not looking forward to the day that that happens to me, I must say. But you're still here. You lost your job. You found another one. You're still here. Don't be so harsh on yourself. You've done a really good job to get to where you are today. You've done a really good job to get to where you are today. Now it is about dealing with the smaller problems that you have, but being smart about it, putting yourself in a better position with the things that you do today, tomorrow. Put yourself in a better position tomorrow with the things that you do today. If there is something that you know needs to get done, get it done. Not for anybody else, not for anything else, but for you. For you and the future that you want to have. Sometimes it's tough. Sometimes motivation's low. We have so many things that we have to do, so many requirements, so many responsibilities, so many duties. You know, some people maybe watching this are parents and have to contend with being a father or indeed a mother and working a job and then doing a side hustle as well. It's tough. But just understand you're doing a good job. And in any way that fits around your schedule, find time, put in the work, be consistent, and it will pay off. It will pay off. That is what separates average people from excellent people. You know, average people just do the things that they're supposed to do. And that's it, they do the minimum. Excellent people do the minimum and then the maximum. Be excellent, because you are excellent. Quite frankly, some of the things that you have gotten through to get to this point today are wonderful. I don't know who's watching this video, but I know that there are going to be some people that have been through some really tough things, but you have got through 100% of your worst days, and that is something to be very proud of. So in these days where you're low on motivation, and in these days where you are finding it tough, look back and remember who you are. Look at the man in the mirror. Look at the woman in the mirror. And then get to work. Because when you look back at some of the big things in your life that have happened to you and some of the huge setbacks, it draws a bit of perspective to the current day, present day problems. It allows us to realize that they're actually not all that significant and not something that should and indeed will throw you off the horse or knock you off balance. Zoom out of yourself for a moment. If you're feeling stressed because you've got too many things going on, zoom out and remember that time where you didn't think that you were going to make it. You didn't think that you were ever going to be able to cope. And now look at you, you're still here. You know, zoom out to the time where you got fired from that job and you didn't know where you were going to get your next meal from. But you made it. And you got yourself back on the horse and you got another job. And hey presto, you're still here. You know, remember all the things that you've been through. Remember all those terrible days that you've had. But you're still here. You know, that's incredible. So start believing in yourself a little bit more. Start having that self-belief and reflect on those really tough times. And it will help you to put things in perspective today. It will help you to understand that today's problems aren't anything that you can't handle. You've got through 100% of your worst days. Look guys, I really hope that in one way or another you took some value from this video. If you did, make sure to smash the subscribe button. It really helps out. I want to grow this channel as big as possible and try to create a platform in which I can produce things that I think are valuable, but I want to do it to a larger audience. I want to I want to help as many people as I possibly can with some of the lessons that I have experienced in my life. And hopefully somebody like yourself takes a little bit of something from what I've got to say. If you guys are interested, there is a men's Discord community, exclusive men's Discord community, link in the bio. And what we want to do in that community is talk about our problems, talk about solutions to those problems, talk about our goals and aspirations and how we're going to do it, and get together and help and inspire each other. And as always, if you're interested in one-to-one coaching with me, hit the link in my bio, book yourself a session, and I will see you on the other side. Look, guys, thank you for your time and attention. I will see you in the next one.